Hello and welcome to the Tanya Augusta Alchemy Community. I am Tanya Augusta, your alchemy coach. I am here today to talk to you about the 7 spiritual ninja skills that you need to stay in your power. Now, the first thing that you need to know is that you are a conscious creator. This is important because we are all here to actually live and go after our dreams. And we can actually create anything that we think is possible, anything that we really truly desire, anything that is, of course, of the light, that is good, that is from love, and that would do no harm to anyone else. We are supposed to chase our dreams. And while some of our dreams may feel and seem foolish at times, or they could seem way too hard to achieve in this now, it is not true that we can't get there. We are supposed to live our dreams and create those things that we truly desire. It can take time, and we live in an instant gratification culture, so it can be hard to remember that you have to take action steps and that these things, these dreams of ours, can take years and decades even to come into fruition. But you are here to live a powerful mission. I believe that we are a soul, and that if you are following me, you are a light worker. And all of us have an important mission. No matter who we all are here to grow and evolve as a soul. And part of that is learning to step into the creative potential that each of us is given. And it's not egotistical. I used to think it was ego to follow some of my talents, and I was so shy and embarrassed that yeah, for some reason, there are spiritual beliefs that I had ingrained in me from ancestral lineage and possibly from past lifetimes that taught me that I shouldn't be following some of these gifts of mine because I felt that it would be very egotistical, and that is not true. So, yes, I want you to be that conscious creator that you are. That is your first spiritual ninja tool. So for your second spiritual ninja skill of the 7, I want you to be your authentic self. Obviously, this sounds pretty easy, and of course, many of us know that it may not be as easy as it sounds. We are often a work in progress, and we are always working towards learning who our authentic self is, and that can be quite a process. So if you feel like maybe you don't know yourself right now, that's okay. We get to learn that along the way. And for some of you, you know from your past that you may have been lost for a really long time. That was something that I experienced. I did not know who I was. I was very confused, and I really didn't know my true self. And it has taken me a very long time, but a long journey to get to a place where I do feel like I truly know who I am. And there's always more to unravel and to learn. And it's like peeling the onion. And it's exciting to keep learning and knowing who we each authentically are. It's very fun. Most of us love to take these personality quizzes or to learn more about our astrology or whatever it may be, because we want to know who we truly are so that we can be a better person, and we can ultimately live more on purpose and be able to really express ourselves and be our authentic self in all ways. So, this is your second spiritual ninja skill. Your third of the 7 spiritual ninja skills is to examine your inner beliefs and judgments. Now, this is something that is going to take some time. And unfortunately, a lot of times we have to experience crisis to actually learn our shadows. So, when we often find these inner judgments and beliefs, sometimes we go through some difficulty. Sometimes we have a fight with somebody else. Sometimes we have a big challenge with somebody else. Sometimes, there's just these dark night of the souls that we can go through that can be very painful in order for us to learn what our inner beliefs are. And sometimes they're, these more smaller, minor challenges, but they're still uncomfortable. the important thing is that we need to have awareness so that we can shift our beliefs and our judgments about ourselves, and we can do this. I'm going to give you an example of something that had happened to me to share with you about this shadow work. I was living with a group of people, and what we had decided as a group that we were all going to make decisions together, and we were going to come together uh, and do so. And this one person in particular kept making a decision for us without coming to the rest of the group, and they acknowledged that they needed to work on this, and so that was good. However, even after acknowledging it, they continued to do it, and I had to call them out on it, and it was very frustrating. I felt like it was an injustice, and when I approached that person, I was angry and frustrated at the time. And that's, where I could have done better. But when I went to them, I was upset. I didn't have a very loving or kind tone of voice. I ended up raising my voice because I felt like they weren't listening to me. And so, essentially, I yelled, or I sounded like I was yelling. My voice was raised in order to be heard. And I realized that I could have done better in that moment, and I wasn't proud of it. But what happened was that this woman, she uh, ended up calling me emotionally abusive, and to me, that was pretty much the worst thing that anybody could ever call you. And I was so upset about it, and it really took me a lot of inner work to acknowledge that obviously yelling at somebody can be emotionally abusive, and it's not okay. It's not something that we want to do to other people. And of course, many of us do that. And, we're not perfect, and we have to keep working on being conscious communicators. But, I didn't have some of the skills that I have now. And even still, I make mistakes. And so, the point is that that was very triggering to me because I had a inner fear and belief that I was emotionally abusive because I had had a pattern of yelling when I was upset and when I was angered, particularly with my significant other. And it's not a kind and loving thing to do, of course, and I felt very bad and ashamed about it. So this was something that I needed to have brought into my awareness so that I could heal the old wound, and so that I could stop feeling shame about myself, and so that I could heal that. And so there was a lot of that shadow work that I needed to do. So I hope that this example is helpful for you, because again, we all have this work to do, and using this ninja skill is going to help you to release these beliefs, to release these thoughts and inner judgments, so that you can, if somebody calls you emotionally abusive, it's not gonna affect you, or whatever that name is that could be triggering for you, right? So I'm going to be sharing part 2 with you in the very near future on these 7 spiritual ninja skills for you to stay in your power. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, I do want you to little sneak preview of a future ninja skill. Is one of my tools is the protection and grounding meditation. And so I want you to click below for that meditation. It's going to help ground you. It's going to help you be protected every day from these darker entities and energies that can go after us. And so that is something that I had talked about in my last video, and that's called How to Enhance Light Energy and Diminish Dark Energy. So you can look for that one as well. But in the meantime, go ahead and get your free meditation. Let me know what your thoughts are on this subject. I'd love to hear if these 3 of the 7 spiritual ninja skills, if they are helping you, if you've used them. And thank you for liking, for subscribing. Thank you for sharing with your community, because this is something that we really need to talk about. These are important skills and things that we all get to learn along in our journey. So I really appreciate you being here today. Thank you for being the light that you are, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.